get on to this. Flashlight in hand. We'll do the old squat trick thing again, where you can see the measurement line right there. So that's what we're starting with. What I would say simply is that I'm going to pour this now, start slushing it, just like we did before. You'll see me do that. And then we'll stop, and then throughout the day, I'll continue to slush about every hour. And I'll probably pour it out again tonight around 8. So that's going to give it one really big buildup at this point. What I like to do is let it dry one full day. And in between that time, I'll use a hairdryer and I'll stick it right here at the mouth. They seem to sit really well right here. You can just use a piece of tape and tape it here and put it on low and shoot it into the mold. But you're going to still be looking at least 2 to 3 days before you can foam it, because you want to make sure, thoroughly sure, that everything in here is dry before you foam it. So your overall time to pour one alien is roughly about 5 days. Sometimes maybe 6, depending on your weather. Remember, our measurement is that black line. And then tonight, when we dump it out, we'll measure it again for you. I'm thinking we're probably going to lose maybe 1.5 gallons this time around. At least over from 10 to 8. That's going to be a long period. Even if I am slushing only 1 hour at a time, rotating it an hour at a time. Now, we don't have that tape on the bottom, but there's latex all over the floor, plus the crap's been blown in the door by the thing. So let's see if I'm going to go sliding everywhere today. Alright, up, and a little slower this time. All the way to the neck, letting all air bubbles as much as possible, and back down. What's funny is that you'll feel that rush of latex from this end going forward. And sometimes you have to be careful with that. And back in. And all the way into the neck if possible. And down again. Alright, now side to side, as we talked about. So this is just to get the neck here, really. It's when you're forcing that latex from one end to the other, it's filling all this. And here, it's filling all that surface area. And let's move them back a little bit. Come on. Oh, move, you bitch. Move! Oh, it's going to move me instead. Okay. Now on 10:30. All depending on how it looks later on this afternoon. We'll come back then and show the process of me dumping it and then measuring. Use a bag of clay sitting here again to prop this up. A wedge. So you're not going anywhere. I seriously think we could have probably a 5.0 earthquake and this thing wouldn't move. But for right now, got a few little air bubbles in there I don't want. It's already got a first layer on, this is not going to hurt it, obviously. You don't need to see me sitting here silently watching, doing something I've done 5 times already. So, all right, I'm out of here for right now. I will be back in about 11:30 to do it again, and then on and on and on and on. Obviously, we are not going to videotape that because it would just be really pathetic. It's now a little after 6 o'clock in the evening, and I can't take this anymore. Physically, that is. We're going to dump our friend out now. And he looks like he's got quite a coating in him. that as soon as we get this dumped out. And there's a lot less latex left over this time, I think, than there was at first, so. As usual, I have to pull them up this way towards me, so. Again, we'll lift. I might just want to flip them over. Go this direction. Crap. You give me a break. We'll go this way. Mainly why? Because I don't want to have to pull them all the way back. Into his groove. And pour. Damn it. Lost sometime lost a little this time around. Well, that happened. Back. Try not more this time around. A couple layers at the least. And lay it down again. Oh, sorry. Alright. Man. More of the details are becoming obscure. There's our line. Okay. Obviously, we're not using a gallon or even two. Now then, for tonight, I won't put a bag on this. I'll let it sit out. Try to get some air in there. As you can see, we went from here, this first line here, the first day, to here. And we went from here this morning to here at 6 o'clock tonight. Today's layer was only an hour. When I looked at it this morning, I'm just thinking, just put one more layer in, just for a few, just for an hour or so, because it's really thick now.